Alright, so today we're going to be working on these two sand people.
How dare you?
Oh, sorry Greta, I mean Tuscan Raiders. And these two are in your average beater shape. And these guys are in tan. And they only have three main colors. This one only has actually two main colors. But this one, the gloves are a little darker. Right here, he has some damage on his belt and his gloves. And then his little horns here are in silver. He's got a little mark here on his back. And we're going to fix his paint. Now this guy, he's got a bit of a wobbly head. I'm not really going to deal with that. I'm going to use this guy to do a different section on his accessories. So I'm not going to paint him right now, because if I paint his hands and then try to put his little cape on, it's just going to rub the paint right off while it's wet or get on the cape or whatever. So I'm going to set this guy aside, and I'm going to start with this guy. Now I have my three paints here, and my silver I'm using today is silver sterling, and this lighter brown is going to be burnt umber, and this darker brown is a mix of 50-50 burnt umber and this licorice. Licorice, but which is basically black. So let me get my glasses on here. I'll be turning 50 next month, so glasses are going to be needed nowadays, along with the shaky hands. So I got my water here. I'm going to dip a little bit of my water. I'm going to get a little bit of paint here. And I'm going to start on the bottom of his belt. And we're going to cover his belt. Oops, I already got a little piece of schmutz on him. It's already dripping a little bit. Let me get that before it dries. There we go, perfect. Let me tighten it a little bit here. Gonna go around the bottom of his belt. Now this part of his belt was kind of sprayed, so he's like that from the factory. We're gonna see if we can't just give him a little bit of better color. That water is really tying this brown down a bit. Okay, his breathing apparatus is okay. He's got a little bit of a brown missing on his mouth. Let's try to touch that up a bit. Let me try to keep him in focus here. Okay, let's flip him over. Let's get that little piece of his back strap. This paint is not wanting to stick on this guy. Get a little bit heavier on the paint. Come on. Alright. A little drop right here. That covers that. Move that up. This paint is really weak. They must have somehow masked off and spray brushed these guys somehow, because these sides are not very sharp, and that doesn't look like wear. Alright, I got a little piece right here, just like that. Okay. Now, I'm going to use this darker color to hit his hands. I'm going to leave his hands out like that. That matches really well. That's a pretty good match. Flip him upside down and get his fingertips. I can stick him on his head. His spikes aren't done yet. He's got a little bit on this glove. And he's got a little bit on this side of this glove. Let me stabilize him a little bit here. Try to clean that up. Side of his hand here. Alright, there we go. Much better. Much better. Alright, now come the spikes. Okay, now I'm gonna put his leg, well, here, I'm gonna widen that out. I'm gonna take this leg, and I'm gonna put it on the table. That way I'm not shaking as bad, and I have my hand here on the side, on the table, and then I'll put this hand on the table here, so I'm as stable as I can be. I have like a triangle of stability while I try to hit these silver parts here. So let me try to get some of this water off this so I can get as much silver paint on here as I can. Ooh, the silver is not working out for me. Okay, well, okay, we're gonna hit the back side here. Well, it's getting better. That looks a lot. Okay, the paint's starting to thicken up a bit, so alright. Let me flip them over. Get the sides of this guy. I got a little silver on his head. Let's see if I can rub that off real quick. Oh no. Oh, come on. Let me get it off of there. I rubbed some off, so let me redo them. Retouch them up here. Oops, almost got the brown. Okay, now he has a little silver right in the center of his eyes, but I don't have a brush that fine at the moment to hit that. So this is going to have to do. So he's looking a lot better. I was thinking about it. I was about to break out the big guns and get out the Games Workshop paint. But this ended up turning out okay. So here's our Tuscan Raider. And we're gonna stand him up on something. There we go. Now we have our second guy right here. And what we need for him is we need a cape. Now, I thought I got a reproduction vinyl cape for this guy, but my cat has been in here since I made my last video, and she had a party and wrecked the place and knocked a bunch of stuff off of the shelves and everything, and I have no idea even if the cape came with the kit. So, on the fly, what I was thinking is I have this Darth Vader cape here, which we haven't done Darth Vader yet, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to take this and use it as a template, and I have my felt here, and I cut out a template for the same people right here, and I made a little felt reproduction. Now you see it's a little shorter because I pre-measured this out, and the same person's a little shorter, and then I matched up the holes right here, and I tried to use this nail to like poke through, but this is really tough, so I wasn't able to poke through it. So what I did is I folded it over, and then I took my scissors and I just cut some little slots. So we're going to take this guy, we're going to bend his arms back, and just with these slots with no holes, boy, it fits in there real smooth. It goes in real smooth. And then you bring his arms up, you flip his little collar down, and bring his arms up. I have my little reproduction gaffy stick here, and we're going to stick that in his hands. Hopefully. I'm going to flip it around. Side's a little skinnier. There we go. Now, and I'll make another cape for the other guy. And that, I think, realistically, this looks even sharper than the original. You know, it looks better than the fold-over kind that I did with the hole in the middle, and you make a little and you zip tie it and everything on the last video that I did. I think that was a Jawa, but here he is, and he looks pretty spanking, you know. I'll get him a French paint job soon, and after this, I got a couple more videos coming out, I hope. I've been really busy. I'm trying to build a house, and I got a lot of other stuff on my plate, but hopefully I can get back to these. The videos are getting a little easier to do now that I got a process. And I'm hoping to do Land of the Jawas. I got Echo Base. I got the Cantina Bar. But I got a bunch of Cantina dudes that need to be done as well. I also got Darth Vader and a few. I think that's the last of the finals. The first 12 or something. But anyway, that's the end of the video. Thanks a lot.